My precious child, there comes a point in life when it feels like the ground beneath you has completely shifted, when everything you once counted on seems to fall apart. Maybe it was a loss you never expected. Maybe it was a dream that dissolved right in front of you. Maybe it was your sense of peace, purpose, or identity that slowly slipped away. And now, you find yourself sitting in silence, exhausted, hurting, and wondering, God, why did this happen to me? I know that space. That quiet, heavy moment when the world keeps turning, but inside, everything feels like it's stopped. You might feel unseen. Unheard. Like your prayers are floating into an empty sky. But here's the truth, God sees you. He's seen your silent tears. He's been with you when no one else noticed the pain you tried to hide. He watched you fight to stay strong when your world was breaking apart inside. He heard that prayer, yes, even the one you whispered without words, just pain. And today, He wants you to know something powerful. Something deeply personal. God is saying to you right now, I will restore what you lost. This is more than a comforting phrase. This is a holy promise from the one who controls time, seasons, and miracles. He knows what you've gone through. He's counted the nights you cried alone. The days you had to force a smile just to keep going. The moments where you felt completely unseen. Like your voice had disappeared into the noise, He hasn't missed any of it. And more than that, He's not ignoring it, He's already at work in your life. Quietly. Precisely. Lovingly. You may not see it yet, but what felt like the end is actually the beginning of something new. God hasn't closed the book on your life, He's just turning the page. Whether it was a relationship, a job, your health, or even your sense of purpose that you lost, know this, God is the master of restoration, and when He restores, He doesn't just give you back what you had. He multiplies it, He transforms ashes into beauty. He turns mourning into dancing. He replaces weakness with strength. In His hands, loss is never the conclusion, it's a setup for something greater, a deeper mission, a more refined version of you. Your story is being rewritten, not by pain, but by grace, someday. Others will look at your life and say, if God did it for them, I know He can do it for me too. Because your comeback will be proof of His power. Your healing will be a testimony. Your restoration will shine as a beacon of hope for someone who feels lost right now. You may be asking, but why did this have to happen? The pain wasn't punishment, it was preparation. It wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to shape you. And while it did break some parts of you, it also cleared space for God to build something more beautiful than what was there before. Right now, even if you can't feel it, even if you can't see it, healing is on its way, restoration is already in motion. Closed doors are making way for better ones. People who left your life were making space for those who are meant to be part of your future. Opportunities you thought you missed. They weren't meant for you, God's best is still ahead. And yes, it's hard to trust after so much disappointment. Yes, it's hard to believe in a new beginning when all you've known is loss. But God hasn't stopped whispering to you, I'm not done. I'm still writing your story. Your tears haven't gone unnoticed, your heartbreak hasn't been ignored, your waiting has not been in vain, and when the restoration comes, it won't look like what you lost, it will be better, more complete. More fitting for who you're becoming. God doesn't just put broken things back together, He creates something entirely new, something stronger, something eternal. So open your heart, even just a little, let go of the fear that's been holding you hostage. Don't let the past convince you that you're beyond repair, let your faith speak louder than your fear, let God move in your life. Let Him rebuild your soul, renew your vision, and restore your peace. Let Him be the healer of the wounds you thought you'd carry forever, because this moment, it's not the end. God is breathing fresh life into your situation right now. The pieces that felt scattered beyond repair, He's gathering them. Gently. Intentionally, and He's placing them exactly where they're meant to be. What's coming will outshine what you lost. The joy ahead of you will be greater than the pain behind you. So take a breath, release what you can't change, and hold tightly to the one who never changes. God is saying, I will restore what you lost. Not maybe, not someday, but in His perfect timing. in His perfect way, so trust Him, even now, especially now, because your breakthrough is already on its way. My dear child, there are seasons when life feels like it swallowed your voice, when you give, and still, no one seems to notice. You work so hard to hold things together, to keep faith alive, to stay hopeful. And yet, silence answers your prayers. You cry out to heaven, but nothing changes. Days go by. Nights feel endless. And somewhere in that deep silence, the question starts to rise, has God forgotten me? If that's where you are right now, I want you to pause. Just take a breath. And lean into this truth: God has not forgotten you. Not for a single moment. He knows exactly where you are, He's seen every second of your waiting, He's heard every quiet plea, every whispered prayer, every cry that never made it past your lips. Even in the moments when you thought you were all alone, He was standing right beside you, watching, protecting, carrying you through what you didn't even realize you were surviving. He hasn't been absent. He's been working behind the scenes, in places you can't see, in ways you don't understand. You might feel stuck, you might feel like you've been left behind, but just because your blessing is delayed doesn't mean it's denied. You're not forgotten, you're still part of a divine plan that's unfolding perfectly, even in the chaos, and through it all, God has never taken His eyes off you. What you're walking through right now might feel like a deep, dark valley. But even in the darkness, God is preparing a sunrise. He's setting the stage for something beautiful, something miraculous, something that will take your breath away. It might not come in the package you expected. It might not show up on your timeline. But it's coming. And not because you've done everything right, but because God is faithful. He keeps His promises, He finishes what He starts, and He's not done with you. The very thing the enemy tried to use to break you, God is about to use to bless you. The pieces of your life that others walked away from, God is stepping into, to rebuild and restore. The parts that were torn, forgotten, and left behind, He's getting ready to make whole. You see, the pain wasn't wasted. The waiting wasn't empty. That long stretch of silence was preparation. It was God strengthening you, forming your character, rooting your faith deeper than it's ever been before. You don't need to chase blessings. You don't have to prove your worth. You just need to trust the one who sends the blessings, who writes the story, who knows every twist and every turn long before you ever walk it. Even when your strength is fading, even when you don't understand why it's taking so long, faith means continuing to trust anyway, because faith isn't always about having the answers. Sometimes, faith is just choosing to believe in the one who's leading you, even when you can't see where He's taking you. Right now, in this very moment, things are shifting, heaven is moving on your behalf, doors are creaking open, chains are loosening, God is at work in your life, even if it feels quiet. That thing you've been praying about, God is already dealing with it. That weight you've been carrying, He's preparing to lift it. That pain you've been hiding, healing is on its way. So don't give up now. Don't let go of hope. You're closer than you think, closer to peace, to breakthrough, to restoration. Every tear you've cried, every time you've chosen to trust even when it didn't make sense, it's all being seen. It's all being honored. The pain has a purpose, the delay has intention, and the miracle, it's already been set in motion. God has not forgotten you. He's the shepherd who leaves the 99 just to find the one, and right now, you are that one. You are not invisible to Him. You are not forgotten, you are not too broken, you are not too late. Even when you couldn't feel Him, He was there. Even when you thought you were falling apart, He was holding you together. And now, He's getting ready to reveal the reason for the waiting, to show you that the loss wasn't the end, to prove that His timing is never wrong. So don't let the silence tell you a story that's not true. Don't let discouragement be the narrator of your life. Your story isn't over. In fact, the most breathtaking chapter is just beginning. God is about to do something in your life that will leave you in awe, something you didn't expect, something you thought was impossible, something that will remind you just how close He's been the entire time. And when it happens, you'll look back at all the waiting, all the tears, all the nights you almost gave up, and you'll understand. You'll see the beauty in the delay, you'll feel the purpose in the pain, and you'll know He never left you, not for a single heartbeat, not for a single breath. He was simply preparing the perfect miracle for the perfect moment. so hold on just a little longer, keep your heart soft, keep your faith alive, because the silence is beginning to break. The light is rising, and your miracle, it's on the way, beloved. There's something sacred about the moment right before everything changes. It doesn't look extraordinary. In fact, it often looks quiet. Still. Even hopeless. But deep beneath that silence, God is moving. You may not see the breakthrough forming, but it's coming. You may not feel the shift, but it's happening. He's aligning things. Healing things. Rebuilding what you thought was gone forever, the restoration that's on the way. It's not just about returning what you lost. It's about giving you something greater. Something that could only be birthed through the fire, through the waiting, through the deep, hidden places where you were molded by pain but held by grace. This isn't about going back to who you were before, this is about becoming who you were always meant to be. Yes, it's been hard. Yes, you've been through more than most people even know, but it's not over. God is not finished with you, He's not done writing your story, He's not done answering your prayers, He's not done revealing the purpose behind the pain. What you walked through, it didn't break you, it prepared you, it built a strength in you that's unshakable, it placed you right where God needs you for what's coming next. You didn't come this far to be abandoned. You didn't survive what you did just to be forgotten. There's something ahead that's worth every tear, every delay, every unanswered question. You may not understand the why behind the suffering. You may still carry questions in your heart, but know this, God wastes nothing. Not even your pain, that season of silence. It was strengthening your spirit. That long road through heartbreak. It was anchoring your faith, that ache you carry. It's going to become a wellspring of compassion and understanding for others, because God doesn't just restore things. He restores people, from the inside out. He wants to restore your hope, He wants to rebuild your confidence, He wants to renew your joy, the kind that isn't dependent on circumstances, but flows from deep within. And the beauty of God's restoration is this: what He brings back isn't a duplicate of what you lost, it's better, it's richer, it's wrapped in purpose, timing, and divine love. You may have thought certain dreams were over, but God is the dream giver, and He's also the dream resurrector. You may have lost opportunities, but what's ahead is going to fit you in ways that past seasons never could. You may have been left behind, but you're about to realize that God has been positioning you for something greater all along. Sometimes, God allows the shaking so that what isn't meant to stay will fall away, not to punish you, but to prepare you, so that only what's strong, lasting, and divinely appointed remains. That person who walked away, that door that slammed shut, that plan that crumbled, it wasn't rejection. It was redirection. God was guiding you towards something your heart didn't even know it needed. So now, in this space, don't rush to fill the silence. Let the quiet make room for Him. Let your soul catch its breath. Let hope rise again, because the same God who brought light into the void, the same God who calmed storms with a word, the same God who raised what was dead back to life, that God is holding your life in His hands right now. He sees the whole picture, even when you can't. He knows the ending, even when you're lost in the middle, and He's not nervous about the outcome. He's already declared it. Restoration is coming. So lift your eyes, lift your expectations, lift your faith, even if it feels small, even if all you can offer is a whisper. God is ready to take what little you have left and breathe His life into it. To gather the shattered pieces and create something breathtaking, to rewrite the parts of your story you thought were ruined. Let Him have your wounds, let Him speak into your weariness, let Him remind you of who you are and whose you are. You are not your mistakes, you are not your past. You are not your loss, you are God's. And He is still in control. Even now, He's rebuilding what the enemy tried to destroy. Even now, He's speaking peace into the chaos. Even now, He's preparing a comeback that will leave no doubt about His power and His love for you. You're not forgotten, you're not too far gone, you're not too broken to be made whole again. God is saying to you, I will restore what you lost. Not just eventually, but exactly when it will matter most, in a way that only He can, with a goodness that will make you forget the pain that came before it. So don't let go, don't give up, don't believe the lie that it's too late, because the miracle is already unfolding, the breakthrough is already on its way, and soon, very soon, you'll look back and say, God was with me all along.